Question number 3 on page number 36. Set A is containing elements 1, 2, 3, and 5. Set B is containing the elements 4, 6, and 9. Define a relation R from set A to set B by R is equals to X, Y. The difference between X and Y must be odd. The difference between X and Y must be odd. So difference between X and Y must be odd means now let us write the relation in the roster form. So R, just think when you are writing the relation, difference must be odd. So to create difference odd, what is the required thing? Odd minus even will be odd. Even minus odd will be odd. So we can take 1, 4, 1, 6. Then 2, 9. Because first is even, then next must be odd. Difference must be odd. Now 3, 4, 3, 6. Now difference will be odd. 5, 4. And last will be 5, 6. So these are the elements in which difference will remain odd and the two numbers are like this way. So it is written in the rosters form. If they are going to say us, if it is not asked. Domain. Then domain in this way is 1, 2, 3, and 5. And range equals to 4, 6, and 9 because each is used. Codomain will also be 4, 6, 9. So this we could do. Now, directly I'm taking question number 7, 6 we have done in the previous class. So 7th question is, write the relation R is equals to X cube, where X is prime. Relation is A to B. Now, main thing you must keep in mind, X is prime and X must be less than 10. So prime numbers less than 10 are 2. Then 2 cube will be 8. 1 is neither prime nor composite. Hope you know this thing. 1 is neither prime nor composite. So that thing also you must be knowing. This thing you should not forget. Then 3. $27. 5. 125. Now 7 and 7 cube will be 343 now, I think. Next, now we could take Question number 8, okay. Set A is equals to x, y, z. Set B is equals to 1 and 2. Now see, find the number of relations from A to B. So first of all, relations are A cross B. That is 3 elements in A and 2 elements in B. So 6 are the relations. Now all possible relations. Two to the power number of elements, that is 6. It will be 64. So all possible relations are there that are 64. Now let me solve 9th also. Let R be the relation on Z defined by R is equals to AB. A B belongs to Z. A minus B is an integer. Z is the symbol for the integer. Find the domain and range. Now domain and range. Let us think the difference between what are integers. First of all, we must be knowing what are integers. Z is equals to, these are positive and negative whole numbers. Positive and negative whole numbers are known as integers. So 0 plus minus 1 plus minus 2 plus minus 3 and so on. These are the positive and negative integers. Now these positive and negative integers, when we are thinking about these integers, we need to write the domain and range. So difference between two integers will always be integer. Difference between two integers will always be integer, whatever you could suppose. So it will be domain equals to Z, range equals to Z. Means domain and range both will be integer, because integer minus integer will be always integer, whether it is coming 0, minus 1, plus 1, minus 2, plus 2, whatever result we are getting, that will be ultimately an integer. And when it is integer, it means it is holding the condition. So domain and range both will be integer in this case. So this question also we are able to think, we are able to understand also. Now this all was relations. Now after relations, next thing we need to start, that is said as functions. So what all is function, that we must try to understand now. When we will be knowing what is function, then only we will be able to speak more or talk more about that, and that is required right now. So now next topic is functions. So let us think, what are functions? A special type of relation, a special type of relation is known as function. Now, arrow diagram of, or with the mapping, I must try to explain you this thing. is a function. This is a function. Same ways, presently I'll go for many conditions in which they are function, and then we will try to give you some examples which are not function, and then I'll explain you the proper definition. A, B, C, 1, 2. It is a function. Is a function. Is a function. Now, one case I am showing you which is not a function. A, B, C, D, P, Q, R, S, T. See, A is like this, and so first set is known as pre-image set and second set is known as image set. It is said as from A to B. Relation is A to B. In each case, it is A to B. So, see the definition: if each pre-image is having only one image, then it is said as a function. Like 1 is having only one image as A, 2 is having only one image as B, 3 is having only one image as C. So it is having one image, no problem, it is a function. A is having one image, B is having one image, C is having one image. So it is a function. But last case, you see, A is having two images, and a pre-image cannot have more than one images. A pre-image cannot have more than one image. A pre-image cannot have more than one image. Therefore, this one relation is not a function. This relation is not a function. So I think you are able to understand this also. Pravneet, 21, 31, 42. Another relation is given as 22, 24, 33, 44. Keep thinking which one is a function and which one is not. One, two, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7. Yes. Now, in the first case, we can compare with this. 2 is having image 1, 3 is also having image 1, 2 is having image 1, 3 is also having image 1. So it's not a problem. So is a function. 2 is having image 4, 2 is having image 2, 2 is having image 4. So a pre-image is having more than one images, therefore not a function. Now this 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4 is a function because no pre-image is having more than one image. Now we are coming to a conclusion. See, every function is a relation. Every function is a relation, but every relation is not a function. See, it is a relation, but it is not a function. So every function is a relation, but every relation is not a function. Every function is a relation, but every relation is not a function. Every function is a relation, but every relation is not a function. This thing we must keep in mind. It is really very, very important thing. We must be able to think on it. Yes. After this, now we need to go to think some more situations. So let me show you one graph of a function. So first graph is fx equals to x. We are making graph of fx equals to x. Fx can also be said as y. Y equals to x, its graph we are making. So for making its graph, we are going to draw the table. I suppose you remember in class 9th and 10th, while making the graphs, we were making such table. So x and y, and we are finding x and y both are equal. So when x is 0, y will also be 0. When x is 1, y will also be 1. When x is 2, y will also be 2. When x is 3, y will also be 3. I'm writing many but you need not to write that much. -1, then -1, -2, then -2, -3, then -3, because it is the condition for the equal. Now see, when we are making its graph, let us mark the points. So first point I'm making, this first point I'm marking, when x is 0, y will also be 0. This is the point. Now when x is 1, y will also be 1. When x is 1, y will also be 1. When the value of x is 2, y will also be 2. When x is 3, y will also be 3. Now x is -1. At that time, y will also be -1. X is -2, then y must also be -2. X is -3, then y must also be -3. Likewise, many points we can mark, but with few, we are trying to make the graph. So let us make this graph. So, okay, let us join them. So this is the graph of fx equals to x. Now, after the graph, we must be knowing about its domain and range. We are going to mark the domain and range of this function. So domain and range, just try to understand, domain means the values of x, the values of x, and the values of x means it will be real number, because every value we are able to put. On x-axis graph, we are able to put each and every value. That means we can put -infinity to infinity. And range, now see, on y-axis also each value is used. Each value, hope with this dots you are able to understand. 0.1, 0.2, -0.1, 0.2, 1, 2, 3, 3.5, 4.5, everything we are using. So range will also be real number, or -infinity to infinity is the range of the function. So this thing we are able to understand. So domain and range for the above given graph will be real numbers, and real numbers are -infinity to infinity. Real numbers are -infinity to infinity. This function is also known as identity function. This function is also known as identity function. So this much we must be knowing about this graph. Whenever we are making any graph for it, we must be able to say what is its domain, what is its range. These two things are really very important about the graph. So this was the first graph. Now, second graph we will be making for a constant function. Yes, constant function like fx equals to c. Fx can be said as y equals to c. Now c could be 2, 3, whatever. So when you are going to make its graph, feeling like this is the point. It is not compulsory. Anywhere it could be on the negative side, it could be on the positive side, it could be more upside or down, whatever is possible. But we are feeling like y equals to c is this point, so a line parallel to this we need to, so this is the line of y equals to c. Now we need to think about the domain. See, domain x values, everything we are using on x, we are using everything, yani domain, or minus infinity to infinity. For range, for the range, we have the condition that it will be, for range, we have the condition that it will be only c, that is the constant. Range will be the constant. So this is the thing. Now I suppose you are able to understand. If you want to make a table for this, then that also could be made x, y. Keep in mind the value of y will always be c. The value of y will always be c, whether x is 0, 1, 2 or minus 1. Whatever is the value of x, the value of y will be c. Now you are able to understand, I think. Prabmeet,